A good Monday to you, all of you who are watching this channel, who have tuned in today. This is Monday, Re Tsene with Pretoria Psychologists. So, obviously, we tackle many topics related to the psychology of any human being. So, if you feel that there is a topic that is really, you are dying for us to handle or to address, please in the comment below just write it down and we'll look at it, and I will get any of the expert panelists in our team here at Pretoria Psychologists to address it. So we've got different expertise, so I'm sure we'll find somebody to exactly talk to your topic. Also, subscribe to our channel so that maybe it could be that we have addressed the topic that you're asking about, so you will be able to look at it, or you will get a reminder whenever we upload a new channel, a new topic that is related to exactly what you want us to handle. So today I'm going to be talking about learners. About a month ago, I was speaking to students in higher learning, and today I want to address students in basic education. I know you as a learner in the basic education and a student in higher learning, you are not necessarily the same, although you were actually made to respond in the same way. So things like online learning. A lot of students in higher learning are used to online learning because of being exposed, because of how we deliver classes and so on. But you in the basic education, especially if your curriculum is not according to that, and also your school, it's a certain in a certain quantile or a certain environment, you are not really used to distant learning, unless obviously you have chosen homeschooling, which is a different ball game, and that is not the learners that I'm addressing today, although they can also benefit from today's lesson as I address this. So what is it about this time that has helped you to cope, that has helped you to actually manage your schoolwork, that has helped you to stay on top of things? I think out of many things that might have helped you, it might have been a very anxiety provoking, because that was not the way you are used to. You are not used to the teacher giving you work and you studying on your own. You are used to having a teacher explain to you one by one each and every concept, even though you can study the textbook by yourself at home. So that support in this time of the pandemic was taken away, and I'm sure even in the other times, because of different circumstances, that support might be taken away. So I want to speak about how do we then cope with those changes, with those changing circumstances, and even catching up with what might seem to us like a lost time in over the past 3 to 4 months. In this I am very cognizant of the grade 12s having to catch up, because this is your exit year, and maybe you might be thinking, how do I actually manage to catch up all this work that I have lost to do? So I will say, just like eating an elephant, one bite size at a time. You can't do many things at the same time. You are just going to overwhelm yourself, and most of the time being overwhelmed makes us to be paralyzed. So it makes us not to be able to move. So we feel like, what is the use then of doing, because I cannot catch up anyway. So I say, do it one step at a time. Yes, the stakes are high. This is a very demanding year for you, the grade 12s, and even the grade, I think it's the 7th, who are going into high school. The stakes are very high because you've got exams that are coming and so on. But there is a lot of support that the basic education has put in place to ensure that you cover the work, and also some leniency in terms of when is the academic year going to end. So you must rest assured that that source of support is there for you, from the teachers to your community to the structure and the government. For you as a reference, I will say, take a deep breath. So whenever you are approaching your work, make sure that you remember to breathe. Most people actually go through life without breathing, and people don't realize that they're not breathing. They're actually just, doing this. And this makes our brain to interpret situation as being threatening, as being hectic, and therefore it raises the alarm bell, which means then we react in three ways. We react in the freeze, the fight, or the flee zone, which is the old brain of a hunter-gatherer. So, but then by deep breathing, you are helping your body to relax. You are saying to the mind there is no threat, and you are fooling it from the freeze, the fight, and the fight. Because when you are in the freeze, fight, or flight mode, you are unable to think creatively. There are no creative juices that are flowing into your frontal cortex for you to be able to apply yourself in a way that is effective for your schoolwork. So I want you to approach your schoolwork, your exam, your preparation for exam in a way that you will just going to take a pause and say to yourself, what is the work that I need to manage right now? What can I manage in the time that I have? And take that. Take one bite size at a time, and remember to breathe. And this is how that breathing is going to look like. I'm going to demonstrate it, and you can do it as many times as possible, as often as possible. Sometimes it might feel silly. For many people who are not used to this, it might feel awkward, it might feel strange, but I assure you, breathing helps a lot because it clears your bloodstream of the stress hormones and it fills your bloodstream with oxygen, which is much needed for thinking. So this is how the breathing is going to work. You inhale through your nose and to a count of 3. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, slowly. And then you also then hold your breath for about 3 counts as well. And then you exhale through your mouth to a count of 6. So I'm going to demonstrate this as we do it together out there at home. So taking a deep breath, I will be counting in my mind so that I can be able to breathe in through my mouth, the hold, and out to a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you find that as you breathe out, you are running out of breath, you must know that you have not taken enough breath in. So you must teach yourself to fill up your lungs with a lot of breath, and also relax your shoulders, drop your shoulders, feel your body warming up, being warmed up with this breath as you take it in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And about after 3 or 4 of this deep breath, you feel that your body is quite relaxed and that you are able to think. And that goes hand in hand with when you are in a panic mode or when you are very anxious and you feel that the world around you is moving, or that you are about to die, or that you are running out of breath. So with that, with just one tip of breathing, please just give us comments on what you have done to help you to cope with this time, in terms of anxiety, in terms of feeling overwhelmed with the work, in terms of not knowing how to approach your work because there's so much of catching up that you need to do, and maybe you're thinking, I'm going to fail. No, you stop that thought, you take a deep breath, you do what you can do, what can be done at that moment, and take care of your mental health. That is very important. When you notice that you are unmotivated to work, that when you notice that you can not go to your books, check. Maybe there might be other things that are happening. It could be that you are depressed and you need to deal with that with a psychologist in collaboration so that you can get that much needed help. So with that, this is the Monday Skaftini to take you through the week. It is Monday, Re Tsene with Pretoria Psychologists. Goodbye.